Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Let's go, baby, let's go.
From a championship backfield to your morning drive.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5.
You're locked in to Off the Bench.
Flynn is back to throw from the end zone. Boom!
Live from the Raising Cane studio, here's Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Yo! Welcome in. Friday. Pretty sure we don't howl when it's just a tripod, right?
I think you just started not howling. Yeah, when Jake was here and we were like the Jake tripod, he howled.
Oh.
Yeah.
So y'all were cool with not the full
Coyote
pack.
So that's what I said. I said, Matt doesn't howl when you're not here.
Yeah.
And he was like, why not? And I was like, I think it's because it's not all of us.
Yeah, it's not the wolf pack.
But then we came to the conclusion that maybe it's because you're not good at howling.
Both two things can be true.
Yeah, I think so too.
I like to think about us as a team, complete team, and the tripod is a different team, a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
It's Friday.
It is.
I hope everybody's doing great out there. We appreciate you tuning in, joining us this morning here on Off the Bench, right here, live from the Raising Cane studio. Flynn, Lady Cane across the table from me, Alondra, Tay in studio. Jacob has taken a little bit of taking a 4-day weekend instead of just the one. A little extra Memorial Day for Jake there, headed up to Shreveport to see some family. So wish them safe travels in their journey. If you are traveling this weekend, wish you safe travels. But we appreciate you joining us on Friday morning. Hope everybody's having a beautiful start to the day. Kids are out of school. Summer's looking a little bit different. I can tell you, my wife was she was a little bit tired last night because first day of summer, and things change for the parents when summer starts. You don't get that babysitter for 8 hours a day. So kids were full of energy, a lot of play dates. I think they kicked it off pretty good. They were just nonstop yesterday.
Yeah.
Nonstop.
I mean, one was up at 5:45 in the morning.
Yeah, we went to eat late. We went to go see some.
Where'd y'all go, Waffle House?
So we went to go see Huck went to go see one of his buddies play flag football yesterday at Elite. They played in a little championship. So we went to we went to Rotolo's just to grab some pizza on the way home. Second night in a row. Tuzette asleep at the restaurant.
She's got to stop going so hard in the mornings.
She went hard in the morning.
That's what I'm saying. She's got to pace herself throughout the day.
Her calorie count was up there from the dancing.
Had to be.
And they kept going. They kept going all day.
You need to put like an Apple Watch or one of those Aura rings, or what do they call them?
Yeah.
You need to put them on
just a
each
tracker?
of them. Yeah, all of them.
I don't know. It would tell them to slow down. This kid's got some energy. I got a little energy this morning. Woke up extra early.
Yeah.
Got into the studio extra early. You know what I wanted to do?
What?
I wanted to prep for the show.
Dang.
I wanted to look at all the sports headlines out there. Get ready.
What's the most interesting one you saw?
There's not a lot. Got here early. Didn't need to. Because there's really no sports headlines. There's a little bit. LSU softball today. Starts their super regional. I guess NBA basketball. That's happening.
Mm-hmm. Spurs play tonight.
Knicks beat the Cavs last night.
Cavs are done.
They're toast?
They're done.
Yeah. Why?
Blew a 22-point lead game one. It's an emotional loss, and they just got absolutely torched last night. They're done.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's like only 2 games in, right?
Teams that go up 2-0, conference finals, win the series 92% of the time. So they have an 8%
I feel like I remember
chance.
when I was in college, maybe right after college, I remember at the time, my Dallas Mavericks were in the NBA Finals. They went up like 2-0 on the Heat.
That was Shaq D-Wade Heat.
Yeah, they didn't win that one.
No, they didn't.
No.
I didn't say 100%.
Okay.
Also, I think this is just
fair.
conference finals.
Yeah.
That came from Scott Van Pelt last night, not me. So
All right.
take it up with Scott.
Take it up with Scott. I will. All right. How y'all doing? Y'all ready? Are y'all ready for a longer weekend?
Yes. I am.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
Like,
Let,
I
me,
am-
let me finish the question, Alondra.
I didn't need you to.
Are you ready to leave? Yes, I'm ready to leave.
I was here less than 12 hours after I left here. So
Wait, say it again?
I was here this morning less than 12 hours after I left this building.
Okay.
That's not ideal.
It just means
or
you're a hard
something that
worker.
No. I mean,
What were you doing yesterday?
AFR was at Marucci.
Oh,
And then I came to drop all this stuff off after that.
all right.
So
So when y'all get to Marucci, where do y'all set up?
So have you been there to Marucci?
I mean, I've been there.
It's pretty cool.
I hadn't been like all the parts.
It's when you first walk in, you know, the wall, it's like a turf
Like the
wall
hitter
with
house. Yeah.
the bats and then the big home plate Marucci on there. That's where we set up. I told them last time I think it'd be cool if we could do it in the cage, but the cages were full yesterday, which is good.
Did you get any swings in?
No, not yesterday, no. I was so stressed because all the remotes have been kind of like, y'all's remote was not great.
What do you mean? What was not great about our remote?
What are you trying to say?
What are you trying to say here?
Y'all did a great job.
I mean, it was electric content.
I know. People love to listen to me and Taylor for like the last hour of the show instead of y'all. But
Again, amazing job. By the way.
Hey, we didn't miss a segment.
Look, Taylor, I don't get it.
we even clock management and everything.
Did we
No.
miss one live read because we didn't know we were going to need to pull one up? Maybe.
Maybe.
That happens.
Really? Come
Well, I
on, man.
mean,
Whoopsies.
we came back here for 2 minutes, had to get a break.
That's what you call little whoopsies.
It happens, man.
It does.
It happens, especially when you're live.
Right.
When it's live radio, those things happen.
So yesterday I got there maybe way too far in advance and everything was working and everything was fine. So I was like, now I'm just sitting here twiddling my thumbs.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Marler called me from Hoover.
Lord.
Gave me all the tea.
Just
He
wanted
said-
to give you an update.
yeah.
So Marler's in Hoover.
Marler's in Hoover.
Okay.
He's at the SEC tournament.
All right. What's he doing?
That's a great question. Yesterday he was like in a cabana by himself.
What, doesn't he
Some
run
random-
our social media?
He does. I don't know
here?
how much of the social media running he's doing at the moment, but
Sure.
I have something I need him to post today, so we'll see what happens with that.
And so there's a cabana involved?
So he
in
said,
Hoover?
"This is what," and this might be the most Chris Marler story. Like he calls me yesterday. He's like, "Some listener that we have, and she's like a huge fan. I forgot her name. I'm sorry, but shout out if you're listening and you know who you are. Like if you know, you know." But he was like, she said that her friend is super rich and she has these tickets to a cabana and they're extra because they're leaving or whatever. And he goes in the cabana and he's the only one in there. So he's just in the cabana gobbling some glizzies
Oh my.
and drinking some beers all by himself.
Um,
And it's really
is this
funny.
kind of like in middle school, like when someone sits at the table at lunch, then everybody kind of gets
Nobody
up and
else wants
leaves?
to sit with them.
Like just kind of everybody left.
Well, he did say all the other cabanas had people in them.
Yeah. Chris is looking over at the next one. He's like, can I join you guys?
This happens every time I go to.
What if I just walked over to the next one?
Yeah, then it would just kind of clear out, I guess. All right, well, good for him. I hope.
They're like,
he's-
we can switch cabanas. You cannot join us, though.
Yep.
Not happening.
So this isn't vacation for him. This is work.
I don't know what he's doing over there. I
feel
think
like
it's a
it's
little
probably-
bit of both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, you should
He
love
did
what you do.
text
you should
us-
love work.
Yeah.
But you're just chilling at a cabana, probably not running a lot of social
No.
media.
He texted us when he got there that he forgot his laptop charger.
Smart. I mean,
Also, you need to go look in his office.
I
Oh, yeah.
heard he's got a picture up.
That was the big news. That was
Uh-huh.
the big announcement on Monday.
That he teased and forgot.
Oh, that was it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he was texting. I mean, he texts like
100.
his life.
Yeah.
Like what you see here on air is how he also
Yes.
communicates via text.
Mm-hmm.
Anything he's thinking to, he'll call you. So, like Tuesday, we were doing the little like pediatrician tours.
Uh-huh.
We're in the truck, driving home. Chris Marler's name pops up on the little screen.
Uh-huh.
I was like, I'm not answering that. Victoria's like, why? I was like, 'cause it's probably not going to be anything. I was like, fine, I'll answer it. He goes, hey, man, I remembered the big surprise. Are Jake and Matt going to be there tomorrow? I was like, sorry, man, they're on remote. Like, they're probably not going to make it to the meeting.
Yep.
Dang. All right, well, I photoshopped myself into a picture of them, and they have to see it.
No, he already texted us that picture
Well, and I
a long
said,
time ago.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it
And
was
he
like
goes-
the Marler Monday announcement.
Now it's printed it.
And then he goes, all right, I'll see you later. That was it.
Okay, see you later. So we've made fun of Marler for a long time because his office has 4 blank walls.
It's very
and that's it. He doesn't have any, like, no decoration, no picture of
It looks like
anything.
a prison cell.
Like, he loves his dogs, I know. Like, at least put maybe a picture of a dog. I don't know, something.
Yeah.
Maybe an Alabama pennant.
Right.
Like a Locked On Cox pennant, whatever
Yeah.
it is, for his podcast that he loves so dearly. But nothing. So we've always made fun of him for it. Now, at a certain point, I think it just became a thing, right? That he's just going to keep it plain. And I don't know why, because certainly there's not a dull moment or a blank space in his brain at any point.
Can't be.
But the walls on his office are absolutely blank, like
Yeah.
a crazy person, like a criminal
right.
almost. So he texted Jake and I the other day. Was hoping you guys would be here for the big reveal, but I finally decorated the office. And then in 3 separate texts, he counted down 3, 2,
No, he didn't.
1. And then he sent a picture of his office with just a regular standard 8 by 11.5, or was it 8.5 by 11 piece of paper.
Uh-huh.
Just printed on the regular, not even like photo print of us, him
It's a normal-
photoshopped behind me and Jacob in the locker room.
Yeah. With the national championship trophy, I
Yep.
think. Yeah.
Yep. And there's probably a, 9-foot, maybe 10-foot wall.
Yeah. And he's just got this
He's
tiny
got the tiny
picture. Yeah. Makes sense.
In the center, right above his seat. So good for him. He's living out the dream.
Yeah.
Special boy.
Literally.
We're going to miss Marler Monday because it's Memorial Day.
True.
Stuff.
He's going to try to force a Tuesday.
Nope.
He's going
It's Marla Monday, not Marla Tuesday. Sorry, buddy.
Sorry.
You're the one who
You called it Marler
called
Monday.
it.
Missed
We
your
were just
turn,
going to
bud.
have you like once a week, whenever. But since
Your
you coined it,
all caps big announcement on Twitter said every Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Said nothing about Tuesday. So, sorry, man.
Sorry. Tay, you seem like a big Memorial Day guy as far as like firing up the grill, getting on the lawn, cooking some dogs.
Getting on the lawn.
Getting
Like
on
cutting the lawn or like hanging out on the lawn?
Well,
'Cause the answer
like
is
hanging out
yes.
on it fresh after a fresh cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I was laughing at the neighbors yesterday. I was like, you fools. I got this yard cut on Monday. All of y'all missed it. It's raining for like the next 7 days. So
You
that was
fools.
standing
She's just like,
standing
you
at the front
fools.
window, you know. We got the little French doors at the front. You're standing at the front,
Stupid
hands on your
rookies.
hips like this, just that's where we were at, man. No, we always like my family's big on really every holiday because like we all live in Walker. Like my parents are 5 minutes from me, hers are like 15. So I mean we're all right there. Like after she gets off work today, we're actually driving up to Gulf Shores. We'll be there for the weekend, and we're driving home on Memorial Day. So they get the fireworks out there. We'll grill some hot dogs and some burgers like in the condo. It'll be nice.
Okay. Well, this is, famously the weekend that most neighborhood pools, public pools, country club pools, this is the weekend they usually open. Lifeguards on duty starting this weekend. So get out there, get the kids out there, start burning some energy, burning some calories. It is cannonball season.
I think Blue Bayou's back open.
No.
Yeah.
No, I swear I saw videos.
It's open?
Yeah, it opened like last week.
And it was closed last year
Right.
because.
They were redoing it.
Okay.
Wait, and then because like it closed, somebody else purchased it.
Okay.
They were redoing it to reopen.
Was it just rumors? I'd heard that it had closed because somebody
No, they sold it, and somebody
had died.
I don't
Really?
know. I just knew
Maybe that was a
a
bad
new
rumor.
company bought it. So I don't know.
Okay.
Let me see.
I heard somebody like fell off that roller coaster upside down.
The Raging Cajun?
Like
Is
they
that
were
what it's called?
upside down
It's
and
called
they
the
fell
Raging
out.
Cajun.
Yeah, I think so. Well, that's what I heard. That's what I mean.
So
I don't know.
you would think the Raging Cajun would be like ULL themed,
You know
right?
how rumors get swirling. I've never stepped foot
Wait,
in
that's
Blue Bayou.
crazy.
I've never stepped foot in Blue
Oh,
Bayou.
dude, we used to go
Is
middle
it-
school.
What are you finding over there?
So in 2010, a 21-year-old woman fell 30 feet from the extreme roller coaster located in Dixie Landon.
How you fall
So
off
you're
the
right.
extreme?
Okay, but that's not their okay. That was a rumor swirling.
2010,
Like,
yeah, that's not going to be.
That was a while ago.
But it did happen. So
I'm sure they took multiple safety precautions.
rest in peace. But I don't think that's why they closed.
Yeah.
But it did
Hey,
happen.
it's back open though.
Yeah.
I guess the wave pool headed back. I guess
Shout out.
some sweet.
don't-
all of Walker is going to be completely empty every time there's a new concert at Blue Bayou.
Dude, we
for
used
sure.
to. So it's funny. I never went to a Blue Bayou concert, but every summer in junior high, we'd have we get the season pass. You'd walk in first day of summer, take your picture against the wall. It'd print you out that little look like a driver's license. You thought you were like the man.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I'm sure. Season. I mean, you probably grew up with a season pass, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
God, you still love Blue Bayou.
What's the number one concert you ever went to at Blue Bayou?
No, I never went. I'm saying I
Okay.
never went to a concert.
Never
there.
went to a concert. Okay, but they've had some decent ones, right?
Yeah. Yeah. They've had some. You said the big electronics on the highway. They always
need to
have
update that.
photos for
They
it.
probably need to update that marquee.
I think it was just on like the little grass area, and they had like the pavilion. I don't think they had like a set area.
All right. Oh, Greg Daigle in the chat saying Dixielandy did not reopen, just the water parks.
So also, I don't think all the slides are fully open yet.
Okay.
It's like 80%. They did like a soft opening last week. And they're kind of like gradually.
The lifeguards are on duty. That's what we're
I
saying.
mean, I'm sure.
Hopefully. So Dixie Landing's a roller coaster part
Dixie Landing's like the non-water
The land part.
Yeah.
on the land.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got Bayou Land.
I guess that makes sense. I mean, I drive by it, and those roller coasters don't scream at me like, "Hey, I want to ride that."
Raging Cajun was all right.
Huh?
It was all right. Raging Cajun.
Yeah.
It's the big
Seems
white
like
and green one.
seems like a short little ride.
Yeah, it's not very long.
All right. Okay, we're going to go to break. We do have some very sad news in the sports world that we will get to on the other end. NASCAR tragically losing one of its greats. So we'll get you updated on that. And, yeah, we're just going to figure out where the rest of this Friday goes. Of course, we got softball. We got SEC tournament baseball. We got God knows what. But stick with us all morning long right here on 104.5 ESPN.
Off the bench.
All right, I want to tell you about our partners over at Gulf Coast Office Products, gcopnet.com. If you work in an office, if you own a business and you operate an office, you know how important the paper trail always is to making sure that that work is done, that streamlined work is done all day long, every single day, Monday through Friday. And it doesn't really matter if it's one-person office, two-person office, if you got one of those Cajun basements right above your garage. If you work in a hospital, university, it doesn't matter. Gulf Coast Office Products is the company that can help keep you up and running with the best technology. They got 4 locations all over Louisiana. They're sending technology. They're sending printers, copiers, scanners. They're sending them all over the country. They are one of the best. But what really sets them apart here in Louisiana is their award-winning service team. If something goes down, they can get you back up and running fast right there. Gulf Coast Office Products, gcopnet.com.
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
All right, welcome back here Friday morning. Off the bench. Live from the Raising Cane's studio. Flynn, Alondra Tay, Lady Kane coming at you. The tripod riding one more time.
Is it a tripod if we have Kane with us, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a fair question.
Yeah.
But honestly, Lady Kane didn't bring a lot.
No.
She didn't bring a lot to the table.
Yeah, she's kind of like a...
Just a pretty face.
Yeah.
Just a pretty face over there. She sits in that chair like she's going to do something.
And then doesn't.
Pulls the microphone right up to her.
Pulls the microphone right up to her. Just sits like a good girl. Thinking about which male dog she's going to go on a date with this weekend.
She likes the pink ones.
Tie-dye.
Mm-hmm.
Tie-dye.
All right. 7:23. Let's get this show started.
It's time to get glowing, courtesy of GoFlow IV Spa, where hydration, vitamins, and a summer-ready glow are always on tap. Now, for starters.
All right, go to GoFlow IV, goflowiv.com. If you want to get ready for the weekend, it's a holiday weekend, 3-day weekend. You're going to be grilling. You're going to be chilling in the backyard or at the pool, maybe slamming some adult beverages. Well, get your body right. Get it prepared for that with a little IV therapy straight to the veins, the hydration, the vitamins right over there at GoFlow IV. If you've never done it before, I can tell you firsthand, from experience, it makes you feel incredible, and it makes you feel better immediately as well. It's not like this slow burn thing where you got to do it repetitive. You got to do it a bunch of different times throughout multiple weeks or months before you feel anything. You're going to walk into GoFlow, and then you're going to feel in one way. You're going to walk out feeling a lot better. Go to goflowiv.com, and you can see their menu of IV cocktails they got, the vitamin add-ins they have. They got something for everything, and it truly is absolutely amazing how you feel when you go in and then come out. And so go get over there, set yourself get signed up over there and be in and out with that first IV like 30, 45 minutes. Someone texted us the other day and in the group chat, I was like, hey, I went over there, and it really was actually very quick. So don't be intimidated by it. Go check it out. Just start that conversation with them right over there. GoFlow IV. All right. This is usually a pretty high energy, feel good show, but things happen, life happens, and sometimes tragedy happens, and that happened yesterday. Everybody, the sporting world, was kind of shooken at the loss of Kyle Busch, NASCAR legend, one of the greatest drivers of all time in the NASCAR series. Passed away yesterday unexpectedly from a sickness. He was hospitalized. I don't know if he was hospitalized yesterday or he's been hospitalized for a couple of days or whatever, but unexpectedly, out of nowhere, seemingly out of nowhere at least, passed away. Two-time Cup champ, 63 career wins in the NASCAR series, but 243 total wins in all three of the NASCAR series. And just, I think a little over a week ago, won a race in the Truck Series.
It was last Saturday.
It was this past Saturday. And there's kind of the clip going viral, which is a little bit eerie now of him saying you never know when it's going to be your last time. And he's talking about winning because he's done it so much, 243 wins, which is absolutely incredible. That makes him the all-time wins leader in all the combined NASCAR series. So father, a husband, and an absolute giant in a sport. I think another driver said that NASCAR lost its Kobe Bryant with this guy. And so I think he was, if I'm remembering correctly, he's been in the game an extremely long time. I think he was 16 years old.
Yeah, they had to change the rules of NASCAR because he was so good, so young. He started competing at 16 years old.
And kind of a hothead early on, right? I think Jeff Gordon cussed him out and got real mad at him at one point. But I think he was known by his peers and the people that in the NASCAR world as one of the most talented drivers to ever step inside a car. So it's sad to see anytime when a legend, and we're a sports show, so we talk about sports, and so like anybody in the sports world, it's always heartbreaking to see anybody pass away, but especially somebody that's in the middle of their craft and doing what they do, and they pass away so young, seemingly unexpected, and leaves behind a wife, leaves behind children, and it's extremely sad. So our heart goes out to him. Our prayers go out to his family and all his loved ones. And, yeah, it's just, I don't think, any of us three are going to pretend like we're the biggest like NASCAR fans by any means. But nonetheless, we're human beings. And I could not imagine. And what a crazy thing, too. It's like you said, it goes from winning a race on Saturday.
Yeah.
Having an interview. And I think he was telling his pit crew, like, hey, I'm feeling a little sick.
Yeah, he's like, I need a shot.
Yeah, I need a shot.
doctor
I need to see
or whatever.
the doctor
Yeah.
right afterwards. So it has not been said what it was, but, we see these things happen every now and then where just suddenly a sickness comes out of nowhere. And it just reminds us all that you can't take anything for granted. Be thankful. Thank the good Lord every single day. You can put your feet on the ground. And, things might seem monotonous sometimes. It might seem a little mundane, but we should all be lucky that we're here. So hearts go out to him and the whole NASCAR family, his kids, his wife, and everything. And, of course, NASCAR losing one of the best to ever do it in Kyle Busch. So, all right, nowhere to go from there. Let's take a break. We're going to reset on the other side of the break, and we'll get you ready for a little LSU softball super regional right here on 104.5 ESPN.
Off the bench.
All right, go to trashrangers.com. Trashrangers.com. The most reliable trash pickup service in all of Louisiana. They got commercial trash pickup, the commercial dumpsters for any size business. Any amount of trash that your business can make, just give them a call. Talk to them about your project. Talk to them about your daily operations, and they can say, all right, well, we need to pick up once a week. Maybe we need to pick up 6 times a week. Whatever it is, they can customize that trash pickup schedule for you at your place of business. They also have residential. If you are one of the ones that has trash rangers available in your area, they are the best. They are the most stress-free trash removal service that you could have at your home, because you know why? You're never going to forget it. They're going to text you the night before and say, hey, don't forget to take your trash out, you dum-dum. They're going to make sure that you never forget it. And they got the roll-off dumpsters as well. 3 sizes to choose from. Doesn't matter what you're doing at your home, at your business, they can help you out with that trash removal service right there, trashrangers.com.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back here on Off the Bench. Live from the Raising Cane's studio. We got some high-stakes softball coming this weekend. LSU in Tuscaloosa taking on the Crimson Tide softball team. And y'all were talking about how good they are.
Statistically, they are better than LSU statistically on paper. Mm-hmm. But LSU's rolling right now, and I think they can roll with anybody in the country, and you saw it with Oklahoma. I mean, they beat Oklahoma once, kept the games real close the other 2 times. And so LSU can beat Alabama. It's just a matter of going out there and executing everything. But they've got power. They have depth in the lineup. They have 3 different arms that can beat you. Like, their pitchers are really good, too. So I think that you have a tall task, but I don't think that it's insurmountable.
If you're going to get them, now's the time to do it. Right? Like,
it was like
you're
your
playing
last
well.
chance. It's your last chance.
I mean,
Yeah.
you hadn't been to College World Series since 2017.
Yeah.
It's better than the graphic we saw the other day. It was like since 2024. This one's actually like a 10-year gap.
Yeah.
So that matters. But, I mean, I'm sure if Beth was like, we're as hot as we can be right now.
Yeah.
Like, if I want to play them, this is when I want to play them. Like,
they've won
Go get it.
8 of their last 9, 12 of their last 15 entering this weekend. LSU softball makes its 11th NCAA Super Regional appearance and 9th under head coach Beth Arena. Not bad. So, like you said, they're hot, and
They are.
we've we were a little bit wary on this team.
Beginning of the
At the
season,
beginning.
for sure.
I mean, I wouldn't even say the first half, just like the beginning.
No, I would say
like,
after the tournament and
Yeah.
maybe like after Tennessee. But to be fair, Tennessee was a really good team, and we weren't saying anything like, oh, it's over for LSU softball. We were saying, hey, this is what we see. But over time, as they got better, we told you that too. And like I said, they dominated their regional here in Baton Rouge. And Alabama did really well in their Tuscaloosa regional too, but I don't like LSU just kind of feels like they're rolling and they're like headed to I mean no, I don't want to speak too soon. But like they just feel like
Do it.
they just feel like they want it. And I know that Alabama wants it too, but like Taylor just said, you haven't been to the College World Series since 2017.
Right.
So I think, obviously, again, like Taylor said, you got to get it done this weekend. It's literally your last chance. I mean, it's the super regional, but if you're going to be, you just have to have like every single part of your game working. And they have been.
And it's going to be a tall task, certainly. Yeah. 4 seed LSU in their part of the bracket. Number 1 seed, Alabama Crimson Tide. They're one of 4 number 1 seeds, Alabama, Oklahoma, Texas, Nebraska. Pretty good company there. For Alabama as the number 1 seed. I was looking at their regional. Yeah. There's seriously a college I've never heard of.
Let me guess.
Upstate or
USC Upstate?
Upstate.
Yeah.
USC. I'm assuming South Carolina.
South
upstate?
Carolina Upstate.
Yeah. Probably.
What does upstate mean?
I would assume like in the
state.
north part of the state.
The only time I've ever heard anybody referred to upstate, and it was like upstate New York.
Yeah,
which is like Syracuse area, northern. So I mean, I guess
like that's the only time I've ever heard anybody refer.
It's in
use that word upstate.
That's where Tyler's from. Who called into Dabo. Tyler from Spartanburg.
Oh, that's right.
Turned around Clemson season 2 years ago. Shout out Spartanburg, man.
Tyler.
Wait, I feel like we just played South Carolina Upstate in something.
That name does sound familiar.
Like I've heard this school before.
Not to be confused with High Point.
Correct.
Upstate, High Point.
That's North Carolina.
Not Virginia, like Jake just totally guessed.
Yeah. I mean, that's a little cocky, I feel like, of South Carolina to think it can refer to itself as upstate.
Really?
South Carolina. Like, we don't call Shreveport upstate Louisiana.
We call it North Louisiana.
Could,
just North Louisiana.
It's North Louisiana.
I get it. New York, the state of New York using it because, of course, New York is, one of the biggest cities in the entire world. So, like the rest of New York needs to be called something upstate.
I might go the other way. I think it makes more sense for South Carolina to do that because we're North Louisiana. You can't be northern South Carolina.
Okay. Ooh.
That's a good
You gotta
point.
be South Carolina upstate. It's like North Louisiana. Are you North South Carolina?
North South Carolina.
You're upstate.
That's actually a really
Does
good
South Dakota say upstate?
I don't know. They
South
should.
Dakota?
Probably. It sounds better.
Yeah, it's actually not a bad point. Got me thinking a little bit.
That's what we're here to do, man. We're here to work the brain.
So, quick question. So, Jake likes to call everything directional school U.
Mm-hmm.
Would upstate
I think so.
be directional?
It's a direction because it's north.
It's upstate.
Like, you know where it is based on the name.
It's kind of like redneck direction, though.
Sure. But
Is it redneck if it's in New York, though?
Well, like if you ask redneck directions, you say
it's upstate.
Go up. Go up,
That's
down,
fair.
go left, or right.
I think it counts. If you know the direction of the school based on the name, it's probably directional school.
All right.
But anyways,
we kind of got off there. Yeah, they were Southeastern, USC Upstate, and Belmont was their regional.
Yeah.
Pretty good draw for them.
Mm-hmm.
Now they got LSU.
They scored a lot of runs in their regional.
Not as much as LSU did.
No, and I guess if that's the silver lining, like take the SEC tournament out, people pitch off, and you don't. We're not worried about runs scored in the SEC tournament. At the end of the season, Bama's offense wasn't great. I mean, you beat Tennessee 12-0, awesome. You lose 2-0, then you lose 4-1. You sweep South Carolina, but it's 3-2, 1-0, 4-3. So their offense coming into the tournament wasn't as explosive as it was at the beginning of the year. Like, they're still dangerous. They can still pick it back up. They're playing at home. They're great in Tuscaloosa, but mean, if you're looking for silver lining, last 2 series of the SEC, they didn't score a ton of runs.
Yep. And for LSU, it's going to be key to stay hot at the plate because they're going to be facing a couple of really good pitchers. Alabama's players to watch. Jocelyn Brisky is absolutely just like must-see television when you watch her. She's got a 1.38 ERA, 22-3 record, and does have a shot at being the National Pitcher of the Year, which is pretty good because there are some dominant pitchers in the country. And then their other pitcher, 20-4 record with a 1.66 ERA. Yeah. So they got a couple of studs there on the mound.
Yeah.
But look, if you're going to go against a couple of the best pitchers in the country, you better be hot.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
LSU
Kylie Edwards is extremely hot right now. So is Jayla Lassiter, and Tori Edwards is always going to give you something. But Brooke Wells from Alabama has 22 home runs on the season. So that's somebody else that you should probably look out for. Alex Pupillo has 17.
It seems pretty high.
That seemed high. Yep.
Seems like they're good.
They are
not this weekend,
there are
ladies.
1, 2, 3, 4 girls in double digits home runs on Bama's team.
So we throw
Huebner's
it
gonna
at
have
them
to
every time.
You just hit him around the head.
Yeah.
Take him out.
And then maybe try to get 2 on base with the hit by pitch,
Yep.
and then maybe try to get somebody to ground into a double play.
You think
triple
You
play.
think Beth's got what it takes to put a little bounty? Put a bounty out there?
Ooh,
That'd be good.
maybe.
No, definitely not.
Definitely not. Definitely
Absolutely
not.
Why would she do that?
Not going to take him out. It is going to be fun to watch, and I've been saying this for a couple of weeks because I just started getting into baseball this year because of radio, so we just also started getting into softball as well, a little bit later than baseball. Once we started getting into it, man, those ladies are so fun to watch. The games are fast, they're exciting, they're the emotions, they're just a lot of fun. So you haven't been able to tune in to any LSU softball, this is a perfect time to start. 6 p.m. tonight on ESPN2. They're going to come back tomorrow, 2 p.m. on ESPN, and then if a game 3 is necessary, if Alabama squeaks one out,
A little gentleman sweep.
maybe. But if they squeak, if Bama squeaks one out tonight or tomorrow, they will be a little TBD on Sunday. But check them out. Seriously, it's they're fun to watch. Team Flynn's going to be locked in, jumping around, hollering, hooting, hollering, all the good stuff. Stand them up, sit them down, ladies.
Hell yeah. I'm hyped.
Prove them wrong, ladies.
Prove them wrong.
Prove them wrong.
Oh, I wonder if that guy ever wrote another article.
Look, I don't know. I take that back. Let's not do prove
No,
them wrong.
you're right.
that-
You're
Did
right.
it work well at all
Wait,
for
that was
Virginia
Virginia Tech? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy that was
Moron.
all butthurt.
How bad did LSU beat them?
8-0 game
we
1.
run ruled them.
Yeah.
Whoopsie daisies.
Oops.
And then game 2 wasn't a whole lot better. But they scored 2 runs in the second game. Something like that.
Yeah.
What do you think, Lady Kane? Yep. All right. We'll be back right here on Off the Bench.
Off the bench.
All right. We just talked about it. It is leading up to Memorial Day weekend. That is the time all the public pools start to open. Lifeguards on duty. But if you want a pool that's opened all year, 12 months, 365, it doesn't matter. Russell Pools, russellpools.com for that custom pool. They are the name that you think of, that you should think of when it comes to that at-home pool, that custom pool. It can take your dream to an absolute reality. And it doesn't really matter what that dream is. Maybe you don't know specifically what that exact dream, you just know that you want a pool. You got young kids. You want to be the house that everybody congregates, everybody wants to go to when there is a big holiday like this. They can help walk you through that process. They can show you pictures. They can gather, they can have a conversation with you because they got 2 landscape architects on staff. They can have that conversation with you and figure out exactly what you want, and you are going to be absolutely blown away with that detail, that attention to detail, and the craftsmanship and that maintenance right there. russellpools.com.
...2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn. Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
All right, welcome back into Off the Bench Friday morning. I want to tell you about our good friends over at Pala, palagroup.com, palagroup.com. Over 52 years, Pala's been building confidence and building in the Gulf Coast with a reputation for safety, quality, craftsmanship that stands the test of time. And if you are looking to take your career to that next level, make sure you're going to palagroup.com and checking them out, because at Pala, you're not just another member, you're an employee, owner, and part of a real team. So they are hiring skilled welders, fitters, fabrication shop right there in Hammond. Pays up to $40 an hour for shop welders and fitters. Overtime locked in through 2027, 6 paid holidays, 2 weeks paid vacation, full bennies, employee ownership through our ESOP. So they are employee owned. So look, if you can burn rod, fit steel, and take pride in your work, apply now, build your future with Pala. Pala, employee owned, relationship driven, build together. palagroup.com. All right, one of my favorite quarterbacks in the NFL, Mr. Matthew Stafford, signs a 1-year extension with the Rams. Wandra, guess how many millions?
For Matt Stafford?
1 year.
1 year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what was Aaron's?
Oh,
55, 25?
I don't even know what Aaron's was.
I think Aaron's was
Actually
25.
don't know
Actually,
either.
don't. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't like crazy.
No, Stafford, this is going to be more.
I don't know, like 30?
Taylor knows, so I'm not even going to ask.
Yeah, I saw it this morning.
55 million.
Oh, I did say 55. Maybe
You
I
did say
subconsciously
55.
Maybe I
early
subconsciously
on.
knew
so
that.
Nice work.
Yeah.
Yeah, $55 million, which is, it's a lot of money. And it could be up to
It's a
60
lot of
with incentives, but I mean, that's pretty much been Matthew Stafford's going rate for quite some time. But
Ty Simpson punch in the air.
no.
Dang.
Arthur Fist.
I keep thinking about like the Rams taking Ty Simpson, and it was 13, right? 13 overall. Could they have gotten him in the second round? You think? Do you think he would have made it out?
Maybe. There's always, I think the better thing to do would have been to trade back and get him.
Yeah.
A few spots. You love a trade, so you'd have been all for that. But
Yeah, I think about the draft too. Like, I don't know how many people were willing to come up to 13. You gotta have 2 to tango, certainly,
Right.
on those trades. And it's easy to say let's trade back. I certainly said it a lot, but you do have to have a willing trade partner for that.
I think you would have had to have gotten to 20. Not saying Pittsburgh would have taken him, but they were at 21, and that was the team everybody thought.
Right.
So could you have went from 13 to 20 and taken him? Maybe. But I didn't hate it as much as most people, only because I think the Rams roster is so complete that, like, anybody you get in the first round, yeah, they'll help you. But, if you're looking for long-term and you think you're ready to win now.
Yeah, so that's kind of what my point to this is they're clearly in a win now mode, and they have been with Stafford. Like, he's year to year, obviously, just signed a 1-year contract. Just with his age, like, you don't know how long he's going to play. Seemingly he could play for a couple of more years after this one, because you look what Brady did, look what Aaron Rodgers is doing. But at what level can he play his game? No, he's got arm talent. Arm talent doesn't really leave you. It's the mobility, it's the quickness, it's that type of deal that leaves you. The arm talent doesn't really leave you if you stick with it. You don't take a couple of years off. Like, you can take a couple of years off of anything goes now, but the arm talent's always going to be there. But they are certainly in a win. And they proved that they're in a win now mode. They traded for corner Trent McDuffie for the Chiefs for like a massive package. So like they're giving up a lot of things to get and secure one of their corners, one of their sides of the field on defense. So it is a little bit. I thought it confusing a little bit at 13 to take the incumbent quarterback potential that you don't really know, with being such in the win now mode. I thought they would have probably gone somewhere that could have immediately impacted them on the field. But you know what? They do have that safety blanket. They're planning obviously for the future departure, and I just found it a little interesting that they were in a win now mode, and they probably overdrafted for him when they probably could have at least traded back a little bit. I would have liked to see them take something, because I'm a fan. Like, I'm not a fan of the Rams by any means, but I'm a fan of Stafford, and I'm a fan just like I hope everybody that is a football fan out there, I know we are, the majority of us listening are Saints fans in the NFL, but I hope that everybody like me can appreciate greatness when you see it. And certainly I appreciate the way Matthew Stafford plays, but also the way Sean McVay builds an offense. Who would have thought, if you would have told me 10 years ago that one of the top offenses in the NFL, their number one personnel group was 13 personnel, I would have called you a liar, right? So what they've been able to do, a little bit unconventional, has been super impressive. And Alondra.
Yes. Sorry, I just spilled.
What? You got really startled right there. Ah! You spilled coffee?
You made her spill her drink.
Oh,
No,
my God.
No, it was already spilled, so I was about to get up to get something because I'm currently
Literally
holding it
running
together
down
with
What
my
were you
hand.
looking at on your phone that made you startle? Like usually somebody's like looking at something a little suspicious.
No,
and
I
they
was
get called
trying to
out.
get up. I was literally
Oh,
trying
boy.
to get up to get this.
That's all we got.
And you called my name, so I was like, what? Wait, what were you going to say? Hurry up.
What's 13 personnel?
1 running back, 3 tight ends.
How many receivers?
1.
Yes. Awesome job. Nice work, everybody. That's 13 personnel.
Under
3
pressure, too,
tight
because-
ends. Under a lot of pressure, and you spilled stuff.
She was
I'm sorry for
literally
that.
feeling the heat with the coffee running into her lap.
That's right.
Okay, wait,
All right,
break.
stick with us. Stick with us. See you on
Off the bench.
All right, it's the weekend. Memorial Day, Monday. Well, you know what time that is. We got to get to the grocery store. You got to load up on the ground beef, the glizzies, the chips, the dips, everything. They got it all over there at Rouse's Market. Your local Rouse's Market, obviously an amazing Louisiana company, born and bred right here in South Louisiana. Grocery stores all over the Gulf South, from Lake Charles all the way to Florida. My goodness, they are quite impressive. So if you are getting ready for that backyard barbecue, getting ready for a little family gathering, a little party, whatever it is, you can go get whatever it is you want to cook over there and prepare, but they already have things prepared for you. You can go over there and get the chips. You can get the dips. You can get the pre-made food. Make it easy on yourself and go to rouses.com and type in your zip code. You can see those local deals running right there near you at rouses.com.